What's up and welcome to the video today. Before we get started, I want to offer a small encouragement. If you are someone who, like me, lately has been feeling a little discouraged creatively or just not excited to create new things, not wanting to push the envelope and try something new, I just want to encourage you. Think back to whatever first sparked your interest in design and creativity, whatever your field is, and find time to go back to that thing. For me, it was lettering. And so I spent time on my phone yesterday just poring over different lettering artists and their work. And man, it really started to awaken this creative hunger and passion in me. And so I just want to encourage you, if you feel like you're in a tough spot creatively, go back to those things that you found at first and enjoy them. And hopefully it'll awaken some creativity in you as well. All right, now on to the video. We are going to be rebranding a local donut shop, and I'm so excited about it. I basically grew up on this logo. This is Mary Lee Donuts. You've probably never heard of it, but they're really, really good. And really anything that is bready and sugary, like you can't really complain. Anyone not in America is probably rolling their eyes at how American I am redoing a donut logo. But anyway, we're gonna be taking this logo. I've seen it for a long time. It is synonymous with goodness and joy to me, but also it is synonymous with maybe some bad type design. And maybe not bad, it's just old. It's outdated, it needs some work. There's different things that are kind of wonky about it. You can see, I guess it was maybe inspired from their original building, very old. And so it really just needs a facelift. And I've thought about this for a while. And so what I did is I started off in Procreate on my iPad and I just began to work on some concepts. So this one I liked. It didn't feel fresh enough to me. Like it felt like I was trying to capture still the essence of the old logo. It may not look like that to you, but that's kind of where I was starting from. The shape of the L, you can kind of see that shape of the L is sort of similar, just updated. The M having a little like swoosh on the side. I was trying to keep some of those things, but make it new. And though I do like it, it still feels a little too classic to me. And not necessarily anything wrong with that, but I really want this to be a facelift. Like I want this to be totally new and feel really exciting. So I came up with this. This is what I call a typographic stencil. And so I usually do this when I'm working on lettering projects. This is not the final product, but I'm just trying to map out how big are my letters? How do they interact with each other? What does the spacing look like around everything? And then I begin to layer the actual letter forms on top of it. So this is kind of like I said, it's a stencil, it's a baseline. So I started with this and there was something really interesting because I like the idea of it feeling like a shape almost, like the letters are this like compact shape, like almost you could just take a bite out of it like a donut. And so this is the first thing I did with the letter forms. This is just kind of normal everyday type to me. It doesn't feel super exciting, but I gave it a shot. Didn't really love it. This I actually really do love. This is kind of like a very brushed lettered look. The only thing is that it feels a little like grunge, maybe not grunge. It feels like a little like spray paint graffiti. And though I really like that, and I feel like it'd look pretty cool on a t-shirt, it feels like it's not exactly what you think of when you think of a donut logo. And I want this to make sense. Even though we're giving it a facelift, I don't want it to just be random. It's cool lettering, I like it, but it's not really where I want to be. So this is what I landed on here. And so it may not look like much now, this is just a sketch, but what I really like about this is that it's round, it's soft, it feels donutty, like it feels, it's got that thickness to it that I think is really interesting. And also you can see like there's a lot of really interesting small shapes around the letters, which I think create some interesting dynamics and it'll feel chunky. And I think that's just like a really cool look right now. And so I'm gonna be taking this into Illustrator, vectorizing it, and then we're just gonna be working on doing a full rebrand and all the stuff. So I'm gonna take it into Adobe Illustrator and we're gonna see where it goes. All right, so here we are in Illustrator. I already have my JPEG in here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the whole process. I'm gonna vectorize it, I'll speed it up, and then we'll talk about where we're at. Okay, so it looks like that helps it a good bit, like it's getting a little bit smoother and softer. I don't want to go too far on things or I lose some very important legibility, but I really like it. If you notice, the E's took me a really long time, and the reason is this A is kind of setting the standard for how I want the font to look, or the type to look, and it's got kind of a small white space or a small contour, and these E's just have a lot more white space. So it was like trying to get it to where they look really consistent. Even on the A, it's fatter on the left and on the bottom. So I had to kind of bring that into the E's as well. But anyway, we have something that I think really works. I'm also trying to make sure that the space between the letters all feels consistent. So that's why I'm scaling things up just a little bit, just to kind of make sure that all of my spacing, like everything feels nice and tight, but nothing feels too tight and nothing feels too loose. So I'd say that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna work on kind of fine tuning a little bit more and then bring in some color, and then we'll start branding. Okay, so this is really exciting. I feel like this is starting to feel very donut-y to me. The colors I'm still working on, I'm not sure, but I know that like the traditional Mary Lee, when I think of Mary Lee, I think of those blue letters that are just so dynamic and so they just pop so much. And I feel like we're starting to capture it, especially here. And I like that light tan as well. I feel like that could do some interesting things with the color palette as well. I'm gonna keep on exploring and add just a few elements, maybe add some highlights or something to the type, see how I like it, and then I think we're pretty close.
A few moments later.
Okay, you know, I've tried a bunch of things. I don't really like it. I think plain and simple, you know, just letting that goopy, donutty, gooey type shine on its own is gonna be the win. So now we'll take this logo that I feel really pleased with and we're gonna just brand it. We're gonna create some branded assets, especially a donut box. All right, so here is the final design for the Mary Lee Donuts redesign. I feel really excited about this concept. I feel like there's a lot that happened in the process that was exciting discoveries, and I really just like how the box turned out. It took me a while to nail it because I wanted to go with something that felt classic, but also really just like highlighted the fun new logo and type. And so I feel like this one has really worked well. I'm really excited about how it turned out. Yeah, I'm really pumped. So that is the Mary Lee's Donut Shop logo redesign. I'm gonna have to go out and get myself some donuts right about now. But if you like this, feel free to subscribe, like, or comment. I post new videos every week. And if you wanna learn more about how to create logos, let me know what you need help with. What is the part of the process that trips you up? And I'd love to make a video just for you. Thank you so much for watching.